Hey everyone, this is a little quick overview of my 2014 Dodge Durango Citadel edition. Wanted to at least go through some of the selling points, the high points of this vehicle as I actually am putting it up for sale. It just has a tick over 10,000 miles on it and truly is one of the best vehicles I've ever owned. However, my wife and I decided that we needed something actually just a little bit bigger because we decided to buy a massive camper trailer, so we actually have gone to that, a big Ford Excursion. So anyway, this is the 2014 Durango Citadel edition. It has literally every add-on that you could do for it, the upgrades. The only thing it does not have is the running boards and the center console in the between the rear captain's chairs. Everything else, though, it's completely fully loaded. Let's see here. We did add the chrome package to it, so you can see the chrome along the sides as well as the chrome wheels, and then the luggage rack on top has the chrome handles, the chrome there, and then obviously in the front grille, everywhere in the front bumper also is chrome. For those of you that don't know, this is truly just, I think, probably the best vehicle, one of the best vehicles that Dodge has ever made. We had a Durango way in the past, the first generation Durango, and they just weren't that great of vehicles. But for whatever reason, Dodge in the past probably 3 or 4 years has really stepped up their game, and this is a testament to how good of a vehicle they can create. Comes with 2 keys, has the little key fob there. That little fun thing to do is press that button twice and you have your remote start. Quick note on this is actually the Hemi V8 engine that puts out, I think, somewhere around the 370 horsepower range. And this is actually rated to tow over 7,000 pounds, which is one of the biggest reasons that we originally bought it. Because you have a third row, you still get good gas mileage because this has the phenomenal 8-speed transmission in it. But yeah, everything that we've done with it, and then we towed just a small little flatbed trailer, so not really pushing the limits remotely in any capacity, and that was just across town. But the vehicle performed great. Little touches with the Durango and what Dodge has done. If you look inside the headlight here, there's a little Dodge wording and emblem there. The daytime running lights are the LEDs there, which is very nice. Fog light, and you also have the radar cruise control, which is awesome. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but this thing will actually take you to a complete stop behind the car in front of you. Now, I will say you may want to, I would say don't test that out too much, but we've been in it multiple times when we're in traffic, and as long as it's stop and go or just creeping along, it'll come down to a complete stop. The only issue is at after you've been stopped for 5 seconds or more, it will disengage that system, so then you'll have to start back up on your own. But the radar cruise control is phenomenal. Another tidbit that I guess we didn't know when we purchased it, and I think it's maybe up here, it's hard to see with the sunlight, but on the rear view mirror here, you can maybe see that there's a camera that scans the road ahead of you, and at night you can actually leave what they call leave your brights on at all times, and it will automatically detect whether or not there is a car in your field of vision, and it will automatically turn the brights off or on, so you actually never have to worry about it. As you can see, well, actually, as you can hear, it is a very quiet engine. For a big old V8, it's pretty impressive how they've kept it quiet. And you can go down to the exhaust here, and you can hardly hear it at all. Another cool little thing, on the tailgate there, they put a little cover over it for you. And then rear backup sensors that are also installed on this. Rear backup camera right there, and I'll show you that in a moment when I get inside. But everything is automatic, so I can press my little remote here and watch the tailgate go up. And in back here, there's some fun little things they have in case you need a flashlight. You've got one that is built in here, so I guess not that you'll need to use that very much, but hey, you've got it. So that's your built-in flashlight there. If I can get it put back, there we go. Over here you have your rear power auxiliary port. It allows you, if you're tailgating or something, that you can have a cell phone charging or something plugged back in. Under here is an additional storage compartment and your kit for your front license plate if you live in a state that needs it. And then also you have your jack access, and then the Alpine amp, I'm assuming, that sits under that for the sound system. And I don't think you could hear that, but the bass and sound system in the Citadel is unbelievable. For extra storage, if you want, you can put these rear seats down for the third row, which provides a ton of space, truly, just to store anything that you want. We pretty much, every time we drive around with it, this is all we ever used it or had this set up. So the rear seats, I think, have been sat in once. To get them back up, you just pull this and like that, and then obviously you just want to flip up your headrest. To shut the tailgate, you just press that button right here. Actually, sorry, you gotta press it a little bit. It'll beep at you, give you a warning, and then the tailgate goes down, locks on itself. Very, very nice option. Your radio antenna, XM, and then if we get inside here, if you just touch it, since the car has, the SUV has a remote start, it keeps everything locked until you get close enough to it, and then you just press that back, which unlocks everything on the passenger side. The driver's side, if you just pull that or just touch the handle, it'll only unlock the driver's side. Let me turn this down here. This is basically in brand new condition. You're not going to get a better, quote, used Citadel on the market. I can guarantee you that. This has been just driven by my wife, and it's with only 10,000 miles. It's not been driven much at all. But let's jump, at least in the back here, I'll show you. This also came with a technology package and the rear entertainment package. So as you can see back here, you have the DVD player there, and also on the back of this seat you have it. Each one has their own individual auxiliary ports and HDMIs. So on the side there, and then on the side there, and then down in the center console, if you open that up, which I can do that right now, you will see you have your DVD access there, as well as another 12-volt auxiliary charging port. Back here on the for the passengers, you have two USB charging ports, or also a regular wall outlet, which is wonderful. And then you have your rear heated seats, which, since I haven't pressed start on the car yet to officially start it, these won't start up, but they do work, I assure you that. And something that's fascinating, at least from my experience with the Durango, is how quickly the heated seats work. Truly, it's pretty impressive, the system. I mean, you turn them on and almost instantly you feel it, which I've had Hondas most of my life, and those tend to take a little longer. So this has been a nice thing. So once you get in the car, when you have done a remote start, it'll tell you that you need to press the start button. Now the vehicle will allow you to actually go anywhere if you wanted. This comes equipped with the Uconnect system, which is just phenomenal. I mean, I can't give this more praise. You have your climate options if you wanted to heat up anything, which you can still do down here. Change it to your max AC. You can go back to auto if you'd like. If you want to do your different settings, so I'm over here at 70, passengers at 61, you can do that, or you can just press the sync button and they'll sync them up. Fun thing over here, you've got your seated control, so you can do your heated seat if you want. You've got high and low, then also the front seats are ventilated, so you've got high and low ventilated seats, something that's really nice. And a little luxury that I guess you don't need, but I tell you, the heated steering wheel is something that I used so much this past winter, and it makes you spoiled once you have one. But that turns on, and the steering wheel, it just right across, I mean everywhere, but across the top where your hands are going to be. I mean, your hands are nice and warm and toasty. It's truly awesome. Going back to this, something that's kind of fun, if you needed it, say you had your third row seating up back there, and you need to have some extra visibility, there is what they show as the headrest fold. So let me show you. I'll put the camera back here so you can see. All you have to do is press the button, and those will go down. Cool little thing there that I guess a lot of people don't know. You can go into your settings. You can go into your settings menu here. Basically, you can do almost anything that you want with this. You can choose how it's displayed. You can choose how bright it is, the English, your language that you'd like to use. Let me see. We'll go back here. You can display how you want the clock to be synced up, how you want it to be. Do you want to be 24 hours or 12 hours? Lights are nice. You can decide how long you have the delay, and to 0, 30, 60 seconds, and also the headlight illumination on approach. So when you unlock your car, does it turn on the headlights, which is nice. Your headlights, when your wipers are on, will automatically come on. That's your auto dim high beam, so that's your automatic brights, which is is just awesome. Daytime running lights, etc. Doors and locks, you can see the different options there if you want. Truly, there's so much that you can do. And then over here, you have different controls here that you can change how the display is set up. If you wanted to, you can go check your trans temp if you're towing anything. You can have your speedometer. You can switch it to a speedometer like that. Digital readout, we prefer this one just because I guess we're a little more old school. You see in the upper right hand corner, its exterior is 86 degrees as far as temperature. We're currently facing south. And again, you can actually reconfigure those if you want. If I wanted to go and resume in here, if you want to do the upper left as the compass, or you want to go make sure it's outside, or the temperature, range to empty, which is nice. So now I've got the settings saved, and it shows your range as 84 miles. So really helpful on what you can do with everything. There is, it'll actually sync up with your text messages if you want with your phone. You have to be your radio station. This is what we typically use it for, is your average miles per gallon. With the Hemi, we average right around 16 to 17 in the city most of the time. So it's really pretty decent as far as when you think of how much horsepower you've got under your foot. But again, great vehicle. The radio allows you to save, I think, up to 12 different presets per user. And then something that is also neat is, let's say that I like Ellie Goulding's Love Me Like You Do, and I think she is just awesome. Well, I can add her to my favorite artists if I wanted to. And then when she comes on the radio on another station, it'll notify me up here and say your favorite artist is on, and you will have the opportunity just to click that and go directly to her. Really cool thing. The nav is awesome. You can do your where to's, you can do your view map. A great system, but all around, I mean, there's so much more that I would just recommend you watching a video, honestly, just on the Uconnect system on itself. It's really awesome. You've got more settings up here. If you want to open up your tailgate, you can do that. This does have a sunroof, moonroof, which it is all auto.